What up?
Yo, what up?
What up? What up? Happy
Back on the
Saturday, bro.
stream, back on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You out birds protection. This is the Hayward CPA live witness protection edition. See, I'm not in my usual location, but I'm not discussing where I am, you know what I'm saying, to protect the innocent and all that.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
Y'all see, but y'all check it out. What's interesting here is what y'all are not seeing. Our whole platform is rebranded, so it looks a little different. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with it, man. But we gotta get back on. This is our flavor look right here. Oh yeah, this is real witness protection. Hold up, you got like, yo, man, there's a lot going on back here, bro. Like, I ain't even realized that. Man.
Why don't you go back to the first one?
Yeah,
Man?
I gotta go back to the first joint. The first joint.
Yeah, keep it simple, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get back witness protection here. So
You're in the room with books and stuff. Hopefully,
yeah,
got water and toiletries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a lot. I got everything. It look like I'm on COVID quarantine. That's what I should call it, the COVID quarantine edition. It's like COVID quarantine. Be like, yo, I got everything I need here. Just leave my food at the
slide your food under the door.
Yeah, I'm good. Yo, man, it's serious out here, man. So I'm trying to, not our usual studio, but we doing what we can.
Hopefully, man. We just flexible, man. Flexible.
Yeah. I mean, you chilling. I mean, you like,
of course.
Yeah, you super chilling. Like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
I've been out here since early, bro. Just recalibrate.
Oh well, I mean, word up. That's a good way of putting it. Recalibrating. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm just trying to, keep everybody safe, keep identity and location, low. So you only get my head. This is the true talking head joint. You don't see nothing else.
You just gotta bobble that joint.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, look at this. The lighting, I'm mad. Yo, the lighting is ill. I'm up here. I'm trying to fix the lighting. I don't have no diffusion, Oh, look at that. I'll put my hand up to look right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, man, for half the live streams I see, man, it's whatever. Who cares? Let's go. So, yo, we here today, man. What y'all don't know is this is our pre-production meeting right now. What's going on as we speak? We're in pre-production. Glad you could join us for this. So, I mean, I'm just gonna open it up. Let me open up the phone lines and say, yo, look, what happened? I was dope a minute ago.
Because you keep touching stuff.
I know. I can't help it. I actually know what really happened. I know what really happened, but y'all don't need to see all that. But
it's all good.
Yeah, so we open it up. You want to put something in the chat? I don't know. They still didn't update our chat game in terms of being able to see all the chats. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
I see nothing to see here. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely all good. So it's all good. Anyway, but if you have, we got power tools in the back.
Somebody always mowing some lawns.
This one's about to be epic, yo. This was about to be epic. This is an epic episode already. Yo, we got the power. Oh, I'm geeked up on the power tool. Anyway, man. Yo, so anyway, let's get to it. So what's on deck for the day? As I said, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'm gonna check it out now. So what's good?
I don't know, man. You know, it's been a interesting year,
All
season.
right.
You know,
All right.
a lot happening in the world and the news and the money, finance. We're about to run out of money. You
Oh,
know, lose the power,
oh, you talking about the debt ceiling?
right? You know, it's a lot happening. And mass shootings. You know, you got people running office with dementia and things like that. You know,
Yeah.
people curving to the other side with redecisions, and it's a lot happening, man. It's really a lot going on, right? And you know, so that kind of, I guess that the topic that we kind of really could touch on is really like it puts a lot of people in this particular component of life, especially when it comes to business, which is the survival trap.
Oh wow. Okay. I
Right.
mean, that
It's,
sounds like a conversation with Core right there.
you know, it's a conversation for everybody, you know, in all aspects, you
Mm-hmm.
know, whether it be business development, whether it be taxes, it doesn't matter. It's everything, everybody's survival. It's in survival mode, right? From the top down, bottom
No
up,
doubt. No
right?
doubt. No doubt. So we gotta, yeah. So well, that, you know what, I could talk a thing or two about survival. That's all I can. I can brag on some survival flavor.
So I got some points to bring up, and then we can kind of just use that as our lead ins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Yo,
do it.
point one. Let's see. I got my notes over here too. You know what I mean?
Oh, word, you got
Oh,
notes.
words. So, yeah, son. So you know, some of this, some they talk about some of this stuff in one of our good books. You know, Profit First. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So taking on unfit projects to cover a month's payroll.
Wow.
Survival trap.
Wow. That's okay. Yeah. What else? Okay, we got. Yeah. That okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. I see where you headed now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All
Uh-huh.
right. All right.
Right?
Yes. 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 Oh, you want to go through all your points and then we? Oh man, that's heavy right there.
That's heavy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna spin them out and then you go from there, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that.
All right. Do the work yourself because no one else can do it as well as you. Plus you think you're saving money. When in actuality, down the road, hindsight, right? Which needs to be turned into foresight.
No doubt.
Time is actually the currency. So you got to learn how to spend your time wisely,
Wow. See, here you go. It's going down. Okay. No doubt.
right?
All right. How
All
many of
right.
these you
Run.
got?
Yeah, I got a few, yo. You
Okay.
know, we got some time here. You know,
Yeah,
we got some
yeah. Go
time.
ahead.
You
Shoot,
could, you
shoot it
listen. You could
off.
touch if you want to hop in there in between. I'm cool because I got one. I got about another 5, 6 points to make.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Right. Go ahead. Go. Well,
Okay.
let's stop at 3. Give the third one, and
All right.
then
The third
we'll
one
talk
is
about them, and then we'll get to the last 3 on the second half of the program.
all right. Run a last minute promotion to generate quick cash.
Okay. I see how you going down. So, yo. So I'm saying, all right. So where we start?
Taking unfit projects to cover month's payroll.
Okay. Yeah, because that's serious right there. Um. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. I mean, my internals are just churning. I'm like, yeah, it happens too, man. So basically, it goes from, and it's tough because you're like, it puts you on your business principle or your business plan, and then now you do something basically just for the bread. Say you're doing it just for the money. So it puts you in a position where, yeah, you might get this lump sum. Let's say you get a project that's 15,000, and you're like, oh, I need 12,000 to cover the payroll. So if somebody come up with something that's 15,000, and because it's not what you regularly do, it takes you 14,000 to do it. But you got the 15,000 up front to pay the payroll for that week. But now you got to fulfill this contract, and you jammed yourself up. Really, you jammed yourself up because now you're gonna need, you jammed yourself up when you put yourself in the same position, and now you might be doing something that you're not as good at, or something like that, and may have made a mistake, made an XYZ. Now, what have you now? Now you might have to do it over. And so now you might end up spending 16, 17,000 to do something that you don't normally do. And you covered the payroll then, but now you in a worse mess. Because
Mm-hmm.
you go back and do it again. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get another project and you do something bananas again. So yeah, wow, that's heavy, man. Man, when you come up with these things from, man?
I just it's kind of what we deal with, not only with customers, clients, right, across the board, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, look.
individually, because people do not maybe realize that everything is actually interlinked,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you think about it, you make money, you spend money, it doesn't disappear. It just gets regenerated. And that it
Mm-hmm.
may not be regenerated within your environment, your community, which it should. It gets regenerated across the world. And so it becomes so far. And so we spend time chasing after the money to make sure the business, personal expenses, business expenses, employees are taken care of, right? Taking on these certain projects just to make payroll, just to make, and then we're negotiating with vendors, which puts us back further back, right? And so you
Mm-hmm.
fall into these traps. You fall into these traps, and then it takes you a while to either come back to a point where you are, all right, I'm solid here. I could get back to doing this. But getting back to doing this doesn't have the same efficacy as when you first wanted to start it, initiate it, implement it. And so you lose a little bit of momentum. And sometimes then seasons happen,
Yeah.
right? You got winter, spring, summer, fall. It's a new year, new month, new this. And so things start happening. So, and this never goes away, whether it's talked about, whether it's really a focal point of conversation with your networking group, or you seeking guidance from an expert or a coach or something like that. The survival trap it's a never ending thing, no matter
Yeah.
at what level you get to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be conscious of it, because each level provides a different perspective, a different pressure. It removes certain pressures, adds on a new pressure. So everything is all interlinked. We're interlinked as professionals to our clients. Our clients are interlinked to their customers and their clients. So it's a chain reaction.
Man, that's deep.
That's where I'm at.
That's what you came up with inside in your regeneration while you were outside.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
heard.
yeah. Cause think about this for a minute, right? I just recently had this conversation. You gotta dress for the weather.
Yeah.
Why I say that is because nature is what it is. If it's cold outside, you put on a coat and a hat. If it's hot outside, you put on a t-shirt, some shorts.
Mm-hmm.
If it's raining, you wear a raincoat or you take an umbrella. So you adapt to the change in nature and environment.
Uh-huh.
But the change in nature and environment doesn't actually stop anything from moving forward unless it's a catastrophe, right? Hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, all kinds of stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you become so now what happens is, let's say your roof is bad or your gutters are backed up. So you go outside, you clean your gutters, so the water doesn't build up and go up under your roof and cause it to get messed up, right? So it's kind of the same in terms of business. So we have to understand that the nature of generating cash flow is the thing, but it's not the thing. What do we need to put behind that? And towards the end of the call, I'm gonna come back with some business development structures that are
Like that.
mandatory in the business, and it's structures of thinking. Yeah, these are your favorites over here too. But so
Yo,
so
man,
that's why you know these thinkable concepts are important.
that's yeah. Nah, I mean, I like it. You take this, you rock with it, because
you, you
you
know what I
have the
mean?
patience. You have the patience to explain.
Yeah, yeah, I got
I'm
you.
full throttle. I'm like, yo,
You
this what it
you
is.
undisclosed right now, right?
Man, I'm deep cover, closets are open. That's my source. Well, I get some information out of there. The open closet. You can't
Yeah, no
see
doubt, no
through
doubt,
my
no
head.
doubt, right?
I got open
And so again,
stuff right
it's
there.
picking up projects, the cash to do what you have to do, right? So, uh,
So, oh,
go ahead.
no. So check this out. I mean, even for some of our viewers and fans that that aren't necessarily in business, I mean, it's the same concept. Like you go do something. Let's just say you in school, right? And you getting close to finals. I mean, that's appropriate for this time of year. And you need some money, and you just go do some. I lost the core tastic. We lost core. You dropping all that. But let's just say you do you go do a job, late night bouncer or something like that. Working in a club or what have you, and it kind of messes you up, and you fail your final. Yo, I don't know what's going. Yo, there you go. You back. Yo, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, did I get lost
I
or did you get
mean, I
lost?
think you got lost for a second, and I got lost for a second, and now we back.
Oh, okay,
I
cool,
don't know
cool,
what happened.
cool,
You
cool.
know what I'm saying? But when you in witness protection, sometimes these things happen.
Nah, they just trying. We talking heavyweight stuff.
Yeah,
Sipping on
man.
some coffee, right? Light
Yeah.
work.
But so what I was saying is that like it applies in the in non-business too, which you mentioned. But I was just saying, for instance, if you in school, you getting towards finals, what I'm saying? Let's just make it real dramatic. You
Yeah,
know, you need to pass this final so you can graduate and go on to your career. But then, you know, you want to go on the after, the trip, graduation trip or something. So you like, I ain't get this money. And somebody like, yo, come, work this club, just bartending or whatever. Or I'm doing this party, bartending in it. And you do it, you like a bio major or something. You go do this. And it goes fine, you get paid, but it's the night before one of your finals. So you get back to the crib at 4 o'clock, the finals at 8, and you don't pass the final. So yeah, you got the bread, but then you sacrificed the bigger goal. You blew it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So now
yeah,
you
absolutely.
got graduating, you gotta go to summer school, which will cost you more money. Perhaps the money that you made for this trip, now you gotta apply it to summer school, or you gotta beg for mercy or something like that. Like that. So that's like an example, and but actually it's probably more realistic than one would think, college age. But that's an example of taking on a project for a monetary gain and forgetting the big picture. And like most of these things, I mean, I've done it before too. I mean, you take a client, you hungry, man, and they come in the door, or you got pay, so you like, yo, for real, what? Okay, yeah, let me get that. And you don't assess what needs to happen with the client. So one, you might, we might have undercharged them and not thinking about what the scope is and not realizing their you know, Peter score, which is something I just came up with. That just we gonna use that. Yeah, Peter score,
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
so you're not doing those things, and so yeah, you got this sum of money, but then you like, man, and then halfway through, you like, man,
But that leads into so many other areas. It's like qualifying questions. Did we really understand? Did we really understand what the understanding of the client is?
yeah, that's a topic unto itself. In
Yeah,
fact,
it totally.
we still try to answer that, so we can't even have to.
But 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 that's forever. You're
Yeah, it never
forever
stops.
trying to answer that.
Yeah,
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 right.
it never stops. I mean, it's just like you got to keep trying to figure out what's but that's another topic too. I mean, like you don't ever, I guess, in life too, you there's
Mhm.
no plateau. You
Nah.
know what I'm saying? Like you hit a point, and then now there's another ledge. There's another level to go up to. If you
Hmm.
choose not to go up to it, that's fine. But there's always another level. I mean,
Hmm.
using the school analogy, wherever you stopped your formal education is where you stop. I mean, there's always more. That's why they have postdoc. You can get a PhD and go study postdoc. And then you can go, I don't know what's beyond that, but there's always another level, especially in understanding and knowledge. There's always in skills.
It's the omega. That's the
Yeah.
new lesson. That's the,
Yo, man. Yo, see, yo, man. By the way, you got a shout out on the blue shirt. When I dipped into Facebook to check stuff out. So, Ranita said she liked the blue shirt. She's like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
appreciate it.
they're gonna be on sale. We'll sell them some
Yeah.
the merch game.
You
But
know what I mean?
all right, so that's number one. Dang, that was just number one. All right.
Yeah.
what was number two?
Do the work yourself because no one else can do it as well as you.
That feeds into number one. But no,
Plus, you save money.
yeah,
Plus, you save money.
they're aligned. Especially if your
They
payroll's tight. Yeah.
now, but here's a branch off to that, which most people fall into. It's letting go, delegating, and allowing. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And
when
and and does it can be money related most times, but especially in the beginning, if you're new to letting go as a business owner, it's like I got to put somebody else responsible for this. Plus, I got to pay them. So
yeah.
so you start looking at the bread like, wait a minute.
So I could speak to
Of
this
course, yeah, of
freely.
course.
Right. Okay. So there's two things about that. Delegation, first off, delegation is a skill. It's not natural.
Right.
It's something you have to continually, like we kept talking about them levels. You have to learn how to delegate, and then you have to learn how to delegate efficiently. And then
Mm-hmm.
so we'll save that, the details of that
Yeah.
later. The other part is that, and that's part of the letting go. That's all in the learning to delegate. But a hindrance to learning to delegate is being ready to delegate. So if you just you don't necessarily know how you do things, you can't delegate it to somebody because you're like, if one, you're gonna frustrate yourself because you're like,
Mm-hmm.
well, just do it. It's an analogy for that. I think is why the greatest sports people can't
Mm-hmm.
they can't coach because they don't understand why you can't just like Michael Jordan to just be like, well, I mean, when the time comes, why don't you just score 40? He was like, dude, because I'm not you. That's why. He's like is in your profession the same thing. No one's just gonna be like they don't see the world the way you see it. That's just you hired them. They're not going to see the world the way you see it, especially in the first week after you do your onboarding and your orientation, and you think they just, oh, now they get it. They're not going. You live with something 24/7, 365. Been doing it for how many other years you've been doing it, so on and so forth. Can you really expect someone to say, "Oh, I got it" after 2 days? And if they do, then they're saying something about your process. Like that's but it's hard. That knowledge transfer is difficult to do in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. You live with this all the time. You've been doing it. So so the natural inclination is, well, it's faster for me to do it myself. That's what I hear the most. It's easier for me to do it myself. Yeah, but then when you're doing everything yourself, it leads to your second point. I challenge people, and I even look at myself. I say, well, if I'm paying somebody, and this is how I look at it. If I'm paying somebody, it's my job for them to understand what I need to get done. It's not their job. It's my job because I'm the one paying them. See, that's a little different thing. People think, oh, I'm paying somebody, they need to figure out the job or whatever. But if they don't figure it out, whose job is it to get them to perform what you want done? And I think, and if for no other reason is you're paying them. You see what I'm saying? Like you're paying them, so therefore, it would be in your best interest to do it. And the immediate thing is to blame the person that's hired or something. They don't know what they doing. They were like that. They like.
Well, I'm about to convolute what you're saying real quick too, because you're right. I'm about to convolute it with another thought.
That's what you do. You convolute it,
right?
Yeah.
That's where understanding where you sit in the pyramid of the 5 levels of leadership.
Yeah, of course. You had to convolute it. Then you go with the God body stuff. So yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a real thing. You can run from it, but
yeah,
it's a real thing.
No, it is. I mean, and that's something we need to do a deep dive on that one episode, because I don't even know that. I'm
not doing any more deep dives this week. I've been deep diving.
No,
for the last 2 weeks.
Not today.
I'm just saying I've been deep diving.
No, yeah, you've been deep diving. I know that.
I've been deep,
yeah.
like
that's why you outside with the birds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to fill up my oxygen tanks. That's gonna take about 2 more weeks to get them all filled back up.
It might take. Well, first of all, the dive ain't over, so you got. So if it was over, then 2 weeks would.
True.
It's an incubation period. So the level of leadership, where you are in leadership, like, yes, and that's kind of the term. What I'm saying is the term when you go in a leadership method and say, well, you know what, and you take that responsibility, because delegation is a responsibility to you as much as the person you delegating to. Yeah. So I think back to the original statement of it's cheaper for me to do it myself. And the point you made earlier, it might be financially cheaper, but time, not cheaper. Physically, not cheaper. Remember, we all got 24 hours in a day. So if I could do something and you could do something that's complementing what I'm doing, if I could do something else, what have I done? I've expanded, we utilizing time better. And then it gets into the mental, Because you might have something higher level to think about, but you doing something like, man, I'm gonna fold these papers because they take too long. Come on. But it takes, you hit on leadership. It takes some learning to be a leader to delegate. And even saying that, it's kind of scary. Just me saying it out loud. I'm like, man, wow, he a leader, man. Man, how many people just say, I mean, no one really just
But
says,
yeah, and if, lead people throw around the word leadership. So you
yeah,
just throw it around. It's
man.
that's man. You put that bad boy on your shoulders and see what kind of weight you got on it,
Yeah,
right? And it's so I've been studying that and implementing that for quite some time. And
yeah.
because
But that's another
you got to peel.
learning.
Yeah, you got to go inside. Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
go inside. All right, we ain't gonna go because
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Cause I'm saying
feeling
you
it.
diving deep. See, you doing it to yourself.
I'm in the. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you in the matrix. See, that's what I'm saying. So
Wax on, wax off, right?
yeah.
But
So in summary, the summary that you may be saving money in the short term, but you're losing other things. And there's something called opportunity cost. The money that you're saving, you may be losing other opportunities by doing
right,
something that someone else can do. So that's how I'll put a bow on that. That you
right.
know, the opportunity cost is the loss. So you have to weigh that into if you're really saving money. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and we can get into that. I think I told everybody it's a production meeting. We've come up with 3 additional shows like just right now. Like
But we do
they
that
don't,
all the
I don't
time.
know if our viewers realize that, but we just came up with at least 3 shows, 3 full 1-hour shows right now that are going. So, all right, what was number 3?
Run last minute promotion to generate quick cash, and then I'm gonna tie in number 3 with number 4, just
Okay,
so you know.
okay,
You just touched on this before, so it's really kind of in between 2 and 3.
mm-hmm.
Uh, take on a troublesome client for quick revenue and hope you won't regret serving them.
Let's go to 4 first. Let's flip them. Let's go to 4.
No
I
doubt.
mean,
All right.
we pretty much talked about that, man.
Right. We
Just
did. We
like
did. We did.
you
We
do
did.
it, and this is something that happens in practices. This you judge
Mouthful.
the client. This is what you do. You judge the client or customer by how much they're paying.
Right.
And I've had this conversation with people, and you can't call someone a good business partner or any doing business with somebody. The money does not dictate how good they will be, how good the relationship will be. So just because, and I've seen it and I've felt it, just because let's say you starting a company and somebody comes, you don't have the money, and then somebody comes, lays 100K on you, boom. Well, you have to be one thing I've learned. It's like like don't take candy from strangers.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Somebody give you 100K and you have done no heat check on them.
Right.
Not so much about where the money came from. That's a whole nother thing. But it's legit bread. Okay, they're let's just use a scenario. They're a corporate guy. They got stock options, exercise their options. Whoop de whoop. They got cash. They do well. They do well at their job. At their job. I will add that part in. At the job. They want to invest. And this happens a lot because especially in the music business, when we were always trying to find investors, there's always someone in corporate America corporate America work is boring. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, it's not. Most people are not fulfilled by their corporate jobs. They're
Well, you
like,
know why, right? Well, you know why. Let's tell the people why. Because here's another deep dive distinction,
yeah,
right? Because we fling around the word relationships, right? But there's a
mm-hmm.
difference between relationships and partnerships.
Yeah.
Relationships are based on the emotional results.
Yeah.
So limitation on what you know, what you understand, what you believe, right?
Hmm.
Partnership is based on the actuality of where we're going to try to, I guess, the outcome. A
Yeah.
shared common goal. It might take two different roads to get there, but along the way, we know where we are to meet. So it's
Yeah.
steadfast in a way, right? And so when you say people are bored in corporate jobs, that's because they're emotionally invested on what? One or two things: title and income amount.
Yeah. And money. Yeah. That's it. So they don't find purpose in their work. And the other side always looks more exciting. But the other side ain't for everybody. So they got money. So they and now in the corporate structure, the concept is that he who has money has the power. Because that's how I do. Like you said, title. How you get title? Half of how you get title in corporate America. I mean, it's a relationship, but it ain't a relationship. It's a how you look. It's really your relationship to the corporation, which means how you interact with the level of management above you, how you seem like, it's real. No one can really come in and you can't go into a job and they give you a handbook after your orientation and say, okay, if you do this, 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 and this, you'll be promoted in this number of time. There's so much subjectivity to it. So what do you have to do? I mean, you got to play the game. That's what you got to do. So you get people that do it, or they tired of playing the game or something like that. So they come on the outside where you get a what you call it? You get a performance evaluation every day. It ain't no once a year, it's every day. So they come in and they have skills in their job, which makes them think that they're business people, but they ain't business people. When I learned when I worked in corporate America, you're responsible for this much. They don't even tell you the whole thing of the business. You're responsible for this. It would drive me nuts because I would ask these type of questions and they basically tell me, don't worry about that. You worry about this. But for me, having my own thing, doing this was easy for me. I got it done and I'm like, boom. Or it was actually harder for me because I didn't understand what am I doing in the whole scheme. Like,
How yeah, how am I playing a part? How
yeah,
am I affecting? Right,
where's what I do? Where does this go?
right.
So you come in, you get this. You get this person that wants to invest in your business. So it's just you and them. You may hire one or two people, whatever. Well, someone in corporate America that hasn't been in business before, and let's say you haven't been in business before, they ain't got nothing to ask. They don't have nothing to add to you because the business they work for has established its protocols. But they taught them all their stuff. What they learned about business is what they learned about the jobs they had. They never had
Mm-hmm.
to create it from scratch in most times. They
Right.
just followed the protocols. So now they got the money, so they think they got the juice. So now you got a horrible situation because
Mm-hmm.
they want to be the boss. Most people come out of corporate America because they don't want to work. They want to be the boss now. So they spend the money. I spent $100,000, so I'm the boss.
Right.
Yeah, it was,
Right.
and that's so it's that I use the investor or partner thing, but it's the same thing with a client.
I'm
They
losing you again.
amount of
We're
money and
losing you.
you. Ooh,
We're losing you.
you lost me.
We're losing you. Stand still. Fix your antennas.
Oh well, yo, you see me now?
We're losing you.
I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
I don't know. Is it me or is it you?
I don't know. I think I seem to be making moves, but I don't know. But
I can't hear you, my brother.
you can't hear me?
Oh,
Yo,
now I can hear you.
yeah,
Now I can hear you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a wavy thing. Is it me?
It might be you. It might be you. I'm
Because
looking.
all my bars are right there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, my joint is. I'm fully loaded. I'm as
All
close
right,
to.
cool. I don't know, man. Whatever.
Well,
They just trying to hold us back because we talking that good stuff.
yeah, you know how it is. NSA pops in it every now and then. What's
Now
up,
I ain't
man?
calling no names. I don't know who it is.
Yo, but
You know
I'm
what I mean?
man, this is what it
Because
is.
they're a hacker, they might want to be like us, man.
That's true. Could be Hack City here. But the point being, my whole point is that yo, you gotta be careful when you take bread from, because the client game done did that too. Done did that, and you think, oh, they're a good client. They do whatever because they don't balk at the price. You know why they don't
Mm-hmm.
balk at the price? Because they want to feel like they own you. They just want to sit
Mm-hmm.
there and go. You know, it's man, that one, yo, see, we gotta get back to that one later. We got to chill out on that right there. Because you had me hyped over this piece, man. Like, nah, man. I can't. And it's a laid back Saturday, man. I ain't trying to be on it like that. But I'm telling you, that number 4 that you put out there, that's a blog post. That's everything. That's a round table. That's a movement right there. That is a movement. You can't just take people from, they are who they are. Like they said, a lot of this stuff, money does not. Money just highlights the deficiencies of people.
The pain.
Yeah, they well, the pain they want to inflict it was money, because money is perceived power, which it is in a lot of places. But
Right.
some people's money, they don't have as much money as they think,
Right.
and they
Right.
don't know
Right.
how to,
Right.
they don't know how to coalesce power. But yeah, you gotta be careful about that, because you can't be doing business with people just because they got money, whether it's customer, investor, partner. You can't do that. So that's number 4. That's my thing on number.
I say that this, and I want to put a disclaimer to these points that we're talking about, is to make sure that you have. It's important, really, 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 really important to have a good uh, network of folks
Yeah,
that you can not only have these conversations, but actually demonstrate actionable insights to
yeah,
move things forward, right? Because we're having conversations. I don't know how people are taking the perspectives that we provide, but it's we're trying to give the real insights to what happens, what's going on, and what to look for, whether it's personal, whether it's business. Everything is all related. There's no separation, right? Um,
yeah.
there's no
But when you're
separation. So,
small, it's the same. When you have a small business,
100%,
the business is
100%,
personal. This
100%,
is you.
100%. So
Yeah,
understand how to identify those survival traps. Seek out help, coaches, consultants, advisors, professionals, or just somebody in your squad that can look at things, um, walk around things in a 360 view and not just one side.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Super important.
And find people that have experienced it. I mean, they've been through it.
Yeah,
Or even analyzed it, because a lot of us, we've experienced it, but it hasn't been in a position where you sat and thought about it.
correct,
Had somebody that could walk you through that.
correct.
Possibly get some biz therapy. Oh, well,
Oh,
name drop. Wow.
it's there.
Okay.
Boom,
All right.
bam,
All right. Well,
bada bing.
let's get back to number 3.
Yeah,
No,
and then I'm gonna close it out.
all right. So what? Wait, number 3. I forgot number 3.
Was that was running last minute promotion to generate
Oh,
quick cash. All right, so I'm gonna try number 3 and with number 5, right? That's
okay.
offer a new product to make immediate revenue. Then you go run a last minute promotion to generate quick cash. Either
Yeah.
or, it can work both ways.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
product already, you're gonna run a quick ad to generate, or you create a new product, right, to generate, and then watch this. You hire an expert instantly to help expand in our service offering.
Oh yeah. That's you might as well get a bar of soap with that. You gonna take a bath because your expectations are off, man.
Correct.
And you yeah, that's what we call the split splash. You know what I'm saying, you take a bath with that, man. Listen, here's one of my axioms. When people say quick or fast or immediate, if you're not willing to go to prison for it, it ain't gonna work. The only thing that works fast is something that's most likely illegal. That that's just how it is. That's the PG version of what I usually tell people when they tell me that stuff. It's not gonna happen. So because you can't cheat the game. I think my answer to both of them is you can't cheat the game. You can't do something and lay X amount of money on it and then think in let's call 90 days. 90 days is quick in a business cycle. That's a full
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
To expect it to blossom despite what someone says on Instagram, what somebody says on Facebook, TikTok influencers, all that stuff, your expectation of that, you can't, that's not, it's not. I don't like saying it's not real because it does happen for some people. Very few, but some people. Um, if any, because you never know how long somebody's been doing something. They're not going to tell you, yeah, I've been doing this for so and so years and it popped. No, and especially if they're trying to sell you on something, they're going to tell you, look how I made so and so in 3 weeks plus 10 years.
That's
But,
like beginner's luck all over again.
yeah, I mean, that's like, I mean, the only thing, the legal thing you can do is go to a casino. You can gamble, the sports book. You can do that. But, first of all, you got to make money doing that. I was just actually having a talk with a colleague of mine about this. He taught me a new card game yesterday, by the way. But anyway, and his approach to gambling. And I think most gamblers, what little I know about, card players and stuff, it's consistency. It's no different. Yeah, you might hit big, but you ain't gonna hit big every time.
So you got to
Just,
prepare for the shortfall. Right?
yeah, it's just how the game goes, and that's what I say. That's why I say these things. You can't cheat the game, man. It's you just can't cheat the game. And I mean, the more experience I have, the more I could just firmly say you can't cheat the game. Does it happen for one in how many of them? Yeah, I'm sure it happens.
Well,
But
that's because the process is not business. The business process, business development, the whole business aspect is dynamic, right? And that's simply because the world is always moving. It's moving at a
yeah,
very fast rate. And because the world is moving at a very fast rate, it won't tolerate stationary objects, right? Mindset, you know, processes, procedures, whatever it is. You got to always constantly. So, to your point, that's you can't cheat the game and understand that you're not going to always win high. You're not always going to lose low either. It's the
yeah,
balance of it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And how to apply that, right? Because no matter whatever you create, whatever opportunities are presented, whatever you create, whatever you win, it'll go away, it'll be destroyed, and you got to reset again. So what fundamentals do you put into place? What foundation do you put into place? What backbone do you put into place to make sure that you can kind of discern what those moments are?
yeah. And well, and it goes to human nature because I'm actually studying some human nature, which my degree
Oh,
actually
yeah,
is
yeah,
in. Yeah, but one thing is, we use these terms. People are creatures of habit.
yeah, yeah.
So how can you how can you become someone's habit in one or two times? You know what I'm saying? Like and so what I'm understanding more is sustainability and consistency in anything is the bedrock of success. And how you can say, "Oh, I'm gonna run this promotion for 2 weeks and make me a quick whatever." Now, if you have something said, I'm assuming our statements are from zero, starting from zero. Now, if you're already in business and you trying to reactivate customers or clients, that can happen. Like you got somebody that's already checking for you, and you're like, boom, 50% sale. Oh, what yo, we coming in now. We're getting, the dynamics that may not be a win for you, but
Right.
you can get response. Or, hey, we have a new so and so, but you have a captive audience already. But starting from zero, or say that same, even if you have that list and it's something that's not what you do, and you're like, I got this new thing, it's you. I mean, you have to be patient. You have to, I mean, these things take, back when they used to actually grow stuff organically, they had growing seasons.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know where they grow stuff now because it's available year round, and I'm like, I don't get it, but that's okay. But like, so you reap what you sow. So that's always like a warning statement. That's you gotta reap it. So you can't just be like, oh, like I mean, and the ideas always come. I guarantee you, out of something we said today, the two of us could come up with a whole new consultancy and be like, you know what, songs like that, and that's fine. We can go do the old social media thing, have a little pictures, like yeah, all that, and we ain't making $1 million this in the next 30 days.
Right.
It ain't happening. Like there's
Right.
no way to be. We might get one. We might get three interest. You know what I mean? But I
For
think that
numbers. It's the
experience,
numbers. Right.
and right now we got enough. We don't need nothing new, but and it takes a lot of time to shape these things. So I think expectation. I think that's what we're discussing is something that me and my some of my folks we call millionaire math. So people just say, "Yo, man, listen, shoot, man, I get me like 500 people, pay me $200, yo. It's nothing, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I get 100K real quick. Yeah, but you gotta get to 500 people or 200 people to pay you 500 or 100 people to pay you 1,000.
80/20.
Yeah, or one person to pay you 100K.
True.
The fewer people, the longer it's gonna take for the transaction to close.
Correct.
Someone's not just going to give you $100,000 because you say that you could teach them all the secrets of the temples of Giza. I mean, the pyramids of Giza. I mean, like who are you? I don't know you, but somebody will. I mean, somebody will do it, but yeah, it's going to take a while. So you hit on something that's very, yeah. I mean, you on fire today, man. This is 4 or 5. Did you have a 6? I think. Did you have a 6, or you just wanted to go to the business
Now I
development?
tied them all up. Remember?
Okay, you tied them
I
up.
think. Let me see. Did I see the other one? I think that I don't know if I read this, but we see change terms, make collection calls, ask for retainers, and other ways to speed up cash flow.
Oh, in terms of I mean, that's a habit that you have to develop. I mean, that's just a habit that a good business practice habit. Like got billion people. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
talking to myself as much. I mean, look, you gotta send bills out, and you gotta. And if they're not paid, you have to call and follow up. You have to do it because way back to something you said earlier, we were talking about life. I mean, it's so chock full of nuts here, but your cash is the blood of your business. What does blood do? Carry oxygen. So if you don't have cash and you don't have cash coming in, your business is suffocating. So that's why the cash gets slow here. I'm all out of control. I'm like stacked, cold. I'm like, it's I mean it, but it's the challenge that everybody in business either has or will have. You will go through a cycle where your cash flow is that's if you're growing, if you're sitting pat and being whatever, but even still, because of the human element and the cyclic nature of humans and the cyclic nature of how we live with seasons, holiday seasons, and stuff like that, it's all people. I mean, business is 100% people. And if you don't like dealing with people, then you can't possibly be in business. Or don't like, or you don't have a mechanism to deal with people, you cannot possibly have a business.
Mhm.
I mean, the robots are coming. You know, you might have the humanoids where you trying to do business with them, but a lot of people wouldn't be able to deal with them because their thoughts are going to be linear. It's not going to be
True.
any emotion. It's going to
True.
be this, and this. So,
True.
you know, you have to be able to communicate, but you gotta collect the bread, man. You got to do it, and I mean it's tough. I just want to say before you wrap up with your Corey's tips of the week, I just want to say that even though, however, I'm speaking it, I'm speaking it because I'm been doing it. I've experienced this stuff over the years. So don't think that I'm saying like, what's wrong with you people? Nah, I'm saying that, but I'm like, some of these challenges you have to turn to them and put your head into them to come out, and then you'll have the tools to manage them, like some of the tools I've developed internally. Because we all people, I mean, you deal with success, failure. You like, man, my money messed up. You know, sometimes I just go put the comfort over my head. Forget it, man. I can't deal with this right now. Not like that. You human, man. Like it's there, but this stuff is real. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know how I know it's official because the birds are chirping louder. They know what time it is. The birds know. The birds are like, yo, that's real talk. Right there. The birds are on it. I love the birds though.
Yeah, me too.
As a side note, until the pandemic, I hadn't really even paid attention to birds chirping. But
Really?
I was and the birds were chirping, and I'm like, you think about it, all the noise, car noise. You know, like when everything, I'm talking about when everything stopped.
True.
It was like, oh wow, got a much bigger appreciation than nature. But anyway, I digress. So that's that. So I love birds chirping. That's like that's kind of dope right there. Alexa, play some chirping birds. Now everybody listening, Alexa gonna bug out.
Right. 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 Right.
So yeah, it's all good though. Yeah,
Cool, man. So yo, just some core things that I mean,
core things, KOR things.
KOR, or Webster has it as CORE, but
Well, here is
its core
KOR.
is KOR.
Yeah. So
You know, innovation, quantification, and orchestration.
mm,
That should be the backbone of every business.
man, well, we say that for another episode there.
Yeah, got to plant those seeds.
You saying them seeds, like, yeah. So I mean, well, that's a good thing there. Interesting show. You know how we do. So we're gonna do some housekeeping now. Um, we appreciate you turning in. Don't forget, go to the YouTube. So I'm sending this out to our faithful listeners, viewers too.
Yeah.
So we got a lot going on here. Yeah, we got a lot going on. We're on this. So we try, you know, what I'm saying, I'm taking this approach because this is sucker free 2.0. So we want to spread this information we're saying just to add a voice to what's out here, just to add one of the voices. So there's an alternative to what's going out there. So share the information, share our channel, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, please. Um, Even if you check us on other channels, subscribe there. One thing I just discovered, if you saw me looking earlier, is that the chat function with what we using, we gotta go through other stuff, but the YouTube is really like a good place, and we're gonna be dropping a lot more content on the YouTube channel. So please go there and subscribe. Tell your friends. As you can see, our subjects are they're business, but there's a lot of life within the business that we talk about. We talk about because a closely held business. I mean, it's basically your lifestyle. It's part of your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be. I'm not saying don't live your life, but it's part of your lifestyle. So a lot of what we discuss are life lessons within there. But check us out. I mean, we everywhere today. I think we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram today. We on we everywhere, man. we LinkedIn crew. What up? We definitely there. But check us out on any of those networks. But definitely check the YouTube channel at Hayward CPA. Go to haywardcpa.com in case you got some other questions. You want to send some questions in, and you need accounting help for your business, and or you need some things you don't know. So we're gonna take a minute to explain biz therapy. I'll do it because you we don't want to blow their heads up. You know what I'm saying? See, so
y'all be giving away the jewels. Is that
well, we don't want to scare them.
Just trying to help.
I know, but you don't want to scare. Yo, you like the teacher, the mystic teacher that you go to him for help and you feel worse after you go to him. Like he actually helped you, but you don't even know it. You like, yo, man, I'm terrible after you talk to you. They're like, yo, I don't know what to, you know what I'm saying?
But the results are amazing.
Yeah, but still, so
what
happens, everybody else scared to come to them. So, but Biz Therapy, which is a coaching program, a joint product of
biztherapy.info.
Yeah, biztherapy.info is a program that takes the business and the personal parts and tries to help individuals grow their business and just meet their goals. I don't even like saying grow their business or be successful. Meet their goals by addressing the individual aspect of running a business along with the business. Like, how do we marry them? How do we overcome these things like we discussed today? How do you overcome this? I mean, that's the biz therapy curriculum. We talk about business and you talk about planning and forecasting and all that. But then it's an element of how do I learn to do that? Or how do I make that a practice in my life? How do I do that? And that's one thing that I think we both recognize. There's a lot of telling you what to do. There's not a lot of telling you how to do it for your life. Because, I mean, the way I did it, I could just mention it, but that may not work for you. In most cases, it probably won't work for you. But so that's what biz therapy, because we talk biz therapy a lot. So I felt because of our discussion today, and this is an example of a biz therapy session, like, but in a conversation form, like start talking about these things. And it's a forum because look, many of us don't have the mentors or the connections or something to talk to somebody that's experienced business and just ask questions, because it gets intimidating. You go to somebody that they supposed to be big time, even, big time entrepreneur or something like that. One, I would tell you, you'd be surprised at how much entrepreneurs are willing to talk because they've been through the journey. They'll talk to you. I mean, most people that have a business or whatever, they are happy to share their experience with somebody else that's trying to grow a business. Like I don't think that's stated enough. So there's one level where there's opportunities out there you don't have to pay, but when you want to get specific, because they're going to tell you about them, but when you want to get specific and work with somebody that can be a mirror for you, that's biz therapy. Oh boy, look at that commercial. Yo, I'm telling you. So there we go. So for another week, I'm going back into I'm gonna start turning lights out here so I can go back into witness protection. And we see y'all in 2 weeks. Don't forget YouTube channel, man. We trying to blow up the channel. I'm telling you, that's what's going to help spread the message, man. We gotta blow up the channel because we feel like these are the things, and this is what we're here for. We here to help people. As snarky as I might be, I'm still help a lot of people. I mean, it's just I'm the teacher that you come to and you ready to punch in the face, but I'm telling you the truth. But then you like, yo, man, I don't know why he talking to me like that. And,
it ain't that bad, people.
Yeah,
not that bad. We having fun.
Yeah, we having fun. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful Saturday, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Chuck up the deuce. Peace.